advantages somehow, and hopefully oh my goodness, guys, we actually did it. Woo! We actually used the bomb to our advantage. That is how these bombs are used, guys. Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Hennes, and today I'm bringing you guys another Fortnite Battle Royale video. Today we're actually going to be talking about the brand new grenade that has been added in with the 2.5 update for Fortnite Battle Royale. This new grenade called the Impulse Grenade, it's of blue rarity. It's quite hard to find, as I've found from experience. But instead of just bringing you guys a gameplay of like a random gameplay of me winning with the Impulse Grenade, I wanted to make a video telling you guys how to actually use the new Impulse Grenade, because I've picked it up a couple times since it's been out. It's been out for about probably 30 to 36 hours now. So basically, my idea behind this, I'll start off with this for the publishers. So this new grenade, I personally think it's good. I don't think it's good enough to take up a slot in your inventory. You only have 5 inventory slots. I think the standard loadout is, of course, an AR for each player. Then you need like a shotgun, or sometimes I swap out my shotgun with an RPG, because RPGs are just deadly from range, but then again, you don't want to blow yourself up as well, so sometimes I run both as well. But then what if you find a sniper and a minigun as well? Like, and then you need shields on top of that, and then medkits. Like, if you play the game and get reasonably looted, then you just don't have the room to pick up these grenades. And to be honest, I've never killed someone at the end of the game and ever seen them having boogie bombs or any kind of grenades unless they're going for a gameplay with it. I think a way that Fortnite can fix this is by, instead of letting grenades take up slots in your inventory, I think they should add a separate inventory for pickups. Let me just go combat these guys here. Yes, there we go. Excellent. I've got mini shields and an impulse grenade, of course.
Gotcha, bitch.
That's awesome. But I've got mini shields, I've got full shields, I've got a med kit, but I need a shotgun and I need an AR for combating people. But I also want heals, because if I lose combats, then I actually want to be able to heal myself up afterwards. So the thing I'm saying is, what if this impulse grenade, instead of taking up a slot like it is now in my inventory, like I could have saved that slot for that medkit, which I'm going to have to leave behind now because I just don't have room in my inventory. So basically, something that Fortnite can implement is just like what every other game does, like, see, now this is becoming even harder. I really want this bolt action sniper rifle, but I'm going to have to drop something for it. I think I'm just going to have to get rid of the minis in the hopes that other players that I kill will have miniature shields. But basically, let's say, for example, Call of Duty. You have like your tacticals and your lethal slots. Black Ops 2, for example, like usually you would run a shock charge and then maybe have a grenade as well, or something like that, or either, you know, choose a different sort of loadout. But instead of like choosing those loadouts, you would actually sort of have those as a different button function as compared to the shooting function. Now, I don't really know if this is possible because there's only a certain amount of buttons that a game like this can use, and there isn't only there's a dude up here, and there's only a certain amount of buttons on the PlayStation controller that are actually usable for this. Like, this game is like awesome for like PCs and stuff, because they have like, you know, hundreds of different, I'm not sure how many buttons are on a keypad, to be 100% honest, but there's a lot of buttons on a keypad. Get that dude just there. And there's a lot more buttons on a keyboard, as everyone knows, than there is on a gamepad. So basically what I'm saying is, they probably couldn't, they could find a way to implement this. It wouldn't be like your standard tactical and lethal loadout that you find in Call of Duty, where you just use the back buttons to use them, and then use your other buttons just for shooting people, like with your weapon that you have equipped, of course. But what they could do is add like the D-pad. The D-pad isn't used for anything. Like, I'm clicking the D-pad button now. Yes, up on the menu brings up that. Down brings your emotes. but right and left don't do anything yet. And I figured, what, instead of Fortnite just having the 5 slots for everything, what if they actually use the D-pad buttons and actually let you swap between like different like lethals? What if instead of taking up slots in your inventory, like the grenades like boogie bombs and the new impulse grenade, and they could add heaps of different grenades because people could fill up a slot on their D-pad, and then you could equip it with your D-pad, just kind of like how you call in your streaks in Call of Duty. You could click over to your D-pad and then throw the grenade. Like, it would make it a little bit harder, be like switching away from, because you'd have to like click the D-pad to switch to your grenade, and then you'd have to click it again in order to switch back to your main weapon. I know that part of it would be a little bit tricky, but at the end of the day, at least it will let people... At the end of the day, at least it would allow people to actually use things that they've actually put in the game, because the only time that people ever use grenades and boogie bombs is just for mucking around. Some people do like stacking grenades in their inventory. I don't personally, because I think it's a waste of space. There we go. But I do think it's a waste of space. Like, having 10 grenades can be pretty good. But, and you may be thinking this is a little bit OP. Like, what if you could carry around a SCAR, a rocket launcher, or a sniper, and then also 10 grenades on top of that? Wouldn't that ruin the balance of the game? But let's say instead of picking up 10 grenades, you only had 1 slot. So you weren't allowed to take, let's say, 3 or 4 different types of grenades. Like, you weren't allowed every single type of grenade. Like, they would only map one of the keypad buttons, either the left or the right, to the grenade. And then you could actually just call, like, not kind of how you call it, like, you click across for your score streaks. Oh, it's got another dude over here. But then you could just click the button and pull out that grenade. But you would only allow to stack, say, 3 grenades. Do something like that. I feel like... I thought I just heard someone. I feel like that wouldn't be too OP, but it would allow people to actually use something that they're put in the game. And, like, they put these awesome things in the game. Like, I really love the impulse grenade. And I'm going to talk about some strategies for it in just a moment. Hey, you can't get away from me, buddy. Why is she shooting at somebody else? Alright, guys. I got one more dude to take out, and then I'll get back to the commentary. I'm very sorry. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, that's basically the gist of it. I wish that instead of... Like, they put these awesome grenades and stuff in the game, but no one actually gets to use them because they're too busy using everything else they want to pick up in the game. Like, if they actually gave us a way to use these grenades, I feel like it'd just be so much better. Sure, it would be a little bit OP, but then wouldn't it make the game fun because people can actually use things that they want put in the game? Not really sure what that dude was doing just then. Sorry guys, I feel like I keep just interrupting myself. No, get the camera! Wow, there's freaking people everywhere right now. Wow, everyone's got boogie grenades. See, I was just telling you guys how I never see anyone holding grenades, and then I just find like 3 people with boogie grenades in like the top 10. But that doesn't usually actually happen. So, and the fact that like these things aren't even that powerful as well, just makes it even more of a reason that this sort of grenade, like this one or the boogie bomb, could be something that could be put in a second inventory. Like, even if it's not on a D-pad, like just a 6 slot that you can only put grenades into, I feel like that wouldn't be too overpowered at all. But some different strategies actually for the new impulse grenade. This thing is actually like really useful. I don't think it's OP at all. So as I was saying before, like maybe just put boogie bombs and impulse grenades in this 6 slot. Like you can only hold them in this slot, and then maybe other things that they add into the game. Just like the more less powerful items, like the more or less powerful things they've added into the game. things that can't be abused. Like maybe don't put like the regular grenades in there because I feel like they can be abused a little bit. But I feel like this would be an awesome change for the game. It would bring new tactics to the game. Like people, instead of just spamming with like scars and stuff at the end of the game and spamming with snipers and stuff, I feel like people would actually have something else to use. And I just feel like it'd make the game a whole lot funner. Especially in squads. Like imagine if everyone in your squad stacks heaps of impulse grenades. You just spam them at the end of the game. It'd be so much fun. And it wouldn't be OP because these things are hard to use. And the way they are in this game, I don't think having them in a separate slot as additional to your 5 weapons would make it OP at all. But I really hope Fortnite does something like this, because then it will actually make things like that in this game a little bit more usable and a little bit more like it'd actually give you a reason to sort of pick these things up, which would just be awesome. But onto some strategies with these grenades actually, just while I've got this time alone in my base. I've got a couple of clips to show you guys. I might have had some at the start. I'm not really sure how I'm going to edit this video just yet. It's actually awesome if you throw this thing and get it behind people, or if you boogie bomb, like not boogie bomb. If you impulse grenade, the name just doesn't flow. Just really doesn't flow. If you impulse grenade your teammate, you can like impulse them into a base. So it kind of replaces the. What the hell just happened, guys? I'm speechless. What the hell just happened? Alright guys, I'm going to leave you just with a little bit of commentary here instead of a gameplay. I don't know what happened that last game. It was down to 3 people left in a solo. I was at 11 kills and all of a sudden the last 2 people just died in the storm. I have no idea what happened there. I think they must have been on the other side of Loot Lake or something and just got trapped, I guess. But very, very weird ending actually. But anyway, I just want to talk about some different strategies. I'll have some clips and stuff on the screen for you guys just to make this less boring. But one of the strategies I used in one of my clips is I threw the grenade behind a dude that was hiding behind cover, so I got him quite weak. And then it was kind of a lucky arc on the grenade. Like, that's the one thing about grenades, it leaves you very open to getting sniped or shot because you're usually trying to see where the arc is going, or you're just trying to line it up, so it does make you quite vulnerable. But I actually managed to hit the dude, it hits behind him clearly, and then it blasts him out into the open. So this doesn't happen all the time, of course, because he could have got stuck on one of the crates. But he actually blasted out right into the open, which was perfect. I managed to take him out. And then my friend also told me about one, him and I think this is how it went. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, lab, if I get this wrong. Him and the enemy were fighting. He impulse grenaded the enemy away from him, I think. And then he impulsed himself over the enemy, if that makes sense, and then killed the enemy from behind. Something like that. But like crazy stuff like that can happen with these things. And I just think they're so much fun. And I think I got another. Then there's another way you can use it. If someone's below your base, I actually lost because I didn't realize I had the impulse grenades. And at the end of it, I realized, oh my goodness, I could have actually won this game if I just used the impulse grenade. Well, maybe not won. I would have at least come better than 3rd place. But if people like, you know how you build like either a 1x1 or like a 2x1, and like it's a tower going straight up into the air, people often hide under your base and you can't peek them without getting sniped or something because the people are right under your base. You have to lean right over the edge and it just leaves you so vulnerable. But if you actually impulse grenade them down below your base, it blasts them away from your base, and then you can then they're out in the open. Like, you can just shoot it. That's a couple of strategies I have found with the impulse grenades. And let me know what you guys think of those. If you guys can think of any other strategies for the impulse grenade, make sure to let us know down in the comments below. And yeah, basically that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. I just wanted to bring you guys something different rather than just a, normal old commentary with me just playing with the new item and goofing around. I just wanted to bring you guys actually something a little bit more constructive and a little bit more serious and just like really focused, like, because I just want this game to be perfect, and I don't know if anyone will hear about this at all, but I just wanted to give my 2 cents anyway. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, make sure you leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys thought. Also give me your input and feedback on the impulse grenade. What have you guys thought of it so far? Maybe subscribe, share it with your friends. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace you later.